Welcome to Heat Check, powered by Defunct.com. These are the highest selling vintage t-shirts on eBay over the last 2 weeks. Let's see who made the list. All right, coming in at number 10, we have this vintage Marvel shirt. Yeah, that's just the title, but that's not quite accurate enough. This is the Captain America Marvel tee. You can see it is on the Further Loom tag like you would expect. This one we've seen go for, I think, a little bit more than this. This is a pretty good deal here. This one looks like it's in fantastic condition. I mean, like, look up, like, so clean. Not a hole. It says brand new, so I'm guessing it's dead, basically dead stock. But this one sold after 42 bids, so a lot of bids here, for $1,020 for the number 10 spot, just out of North Little Rock, Arkansas, not far from where I am presently. So, sometimes I thrift there, so it could have been me, but it wasn't this time. All right, next up we have the vintage Cramps mosquito head tee. We've seen this one a few times before, but this one looks like maybe it's got some, I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell. The condition on mosquito heads is often hard to tell, but the tag looks super crispy. So that's typically a good sign that it wasn't like uber worn. But looks like there's no major issues. Size XL, let's see, it says women's XL. It's not probably true. It's probably a men's size. Let's see. It doesn't look like they have any particular major issues. So, great t-shirt here. This one sold a little bit less than what I would have sort of expected from it. It sold for $1,050. All right, next up, get used to seeing 3D emblem because we've got a few more of them on this list. We have this 3D emblem right now. The South is where it's at. Truck Stops of America, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. The 3D emblem tag, barely visible, which is pretty common for 3D emblems. This one from 1988. This is a South is where it's at, sort of like alternative image. There's a couple of the South is where it's at t-shirts, but this one, a couple of small defects, but nothing too crazy, and a size small nonetheless, but still did just fine. This one sold for $1,085. All right, Marvel is back at it again. We have the Marvel Comics. I think this is Venom or Carnage. I could be wrong. I think it's Venom. Yeah. It's like the Brock one, right? I don't remember. This one is technically dead stock in the sense that it has its tags, stickers still on there, but there is clearly some discoloration, which is kind of a bummer. Probably should be able to get it out with a nice oxy bath, but it's not too bad. Let's see, size 23. It's a really good XL size. That's a fantastic size for this t-shirt. In new condition, some stain due to storage. That's exactly what I expected. Marvel Comics Venom. Anyway, this one is super cool. We've seen it before, and we'll probably see it again, but this one sold for $1,199.99. Another t-shirt we have seen a few times. Here we have the Marilyn Manson See No Truth, Hear No Truth, Speak No Truth, the Believe with the lie in the back. This one we've seen a number of times go for lots and lots of money. It might be the most valuable Marilyn Manson t-shirt. I can't think of another design that's any more valuable than this one. But this one looks like it's in fantastic condition, which probably really helps the value. The tag is obviously cut out, but this one had 44 bids. 44 bids. Let's see how many people were actually after this. 11 bidders, 11 people trying to get this t-shirt. It ended at $1,250. Very good sale. Next up, we have another band that we see on this list a lot. We have the Melvins 93-94 tour. This one is super dope. We've seen it a few times on this list, but this one looks like it is basically dead stock. I mean, maybe there's some discoloration. I mean, this looks like it's in really good condition. Let's see, white t-shirts, original owner. Okay. Yeah, so it's got some stains on it. So it's just important to know when you're buying something like white, you just expect that a t-shirt this old will have some stains. That's just the way it goes. But in the end, this one sold for $13.25. This one is next up. We have a Deftones T98 Around the Fur t-shirt. This one's kind of interesting because Deftones has definitely been way way more popular, gaining in popularity seemingly all the time. But this t-shirt clearly has somewhere. This guy saw the Deftones probably a few times. We've got that massive, nasty white pit stains. Those are gross. We got a blowout of the armpit. So, like, clearly not a very good condition t-shirt. The image is still solid, so that makes a big difference. But we've got holes in armpit, stuff that will have to be repaired. The tag, we have that giant tag. This t-shirt's not crazy old. Just heads up, if you're out there and you run into this Deftones t-shirt, people are paying good money for this one. This one sold for $1,400. Imagine if this thing was in better condition. Then I told you guys that Harley would be back, and here we have the Harley Bad to the Bone. This is one of those classic, like, big Harley 3D emblem tees. This one looks like it's in great condition. Size large. Bike Week 89. Great back hit, which is a little bit unusual. This back hit definitely helps, I think, the value of this t-shirt. They don't always have this good of a back hit. Sometimes it's just the hog, and this hog Bad to the Bone design has been used for a variety of reprints in the going into the future. But this one did really well. It sold for $15.59. Then let the shoegazers rejoice. We have a Slow Dive 1993 Slovaki tour shirt. This is one of my favorite bands. This one is super cool. This one is going to be you're going to be hard pressed to find this one anywhere. Let's see the measurements on this thing. It says it's XL, but where is the measurements? Where are the measurements? Give me some measurements. It says XL. It's really hard to just accept that it's XL. I mean, it says XL, but what does that mean? Anyway, I don't know. Either way, Slow Dive, legendary band, one of my faves. This t-shirt, obviously very hard to come by. This one sold for $2,100. Now, before we get to number one, if you're going to spend a fortune like on one of these t-shirts on this list, make sure that it's authentic by using the legitimate app in the description below. Use code LootFam for 25% off your authentication. At number one now, we have the 3D emblem Harley Davidson. I have to admit this one is a little bit sus, perhaps. We have the riding hogs picking up chicks. This is a classic sort of one of the more rare and sought after 3D emblems. Obviously, looks like it's in fantastic condition. Like really good. It's from LA, Los Angeles. Some, the tag's a bit faded out, but the condition looks like it must be really, really good. This one went only with one bid, so it was an offer was accepted. This one sold for $31.67. I have to admit, a little bit sus. Seems like a really high price for this, but you never know. There are a lot of Harley 3D emblem collectors out there that if they can't find it, they gotta pay for it. So anyway, at the number one spot, with $31.67.